What's going on, guys? John here from the Real Talk, back again with my second review in my whole, Star Wars week thing going on, Star Wars marathon, and that is for Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. And man, this one's kind of a doozy, but to be honest, I don't know. I kind of changed my mind about this one a little bit. And I'll get into that a little bit further down the review, but yeah, guys, um, I don't have much to say about this one, like as like an experience with it. I do remember the first time watching it though. I think it's like one of the first movies I seen online. I went to my cousin's house and I don't know. I guess he was doing something on the computer. He said, "Hey, you guys want to see Star Wars 2?" I was like, "Swear!" And like he just put it on, and we were watching it. And but it kind of like it was back in the day when like everybody had slow internet and like, hey mom, hang up the phone, I'm using the internet, or like, hey, like get off the internet, I'm gonna make a call or something. It was like back in those days, so I guess I kept buffering, and then my older cousin, his brother, he said, you know what, screw it, let's just go to the movies. I'll pay for you guys or whatever. So we went to go see the movie, and to be honest, I just like back when I was a little kid, I remember loving that scene, where all the Jedi's come and just start doing their thing, just killing all these droids or destroying all these droids or whatever. But obviously, growing up and learning and watching a lot of other films, you learn to know that Star Wars Episode 2, it kind of has a lot of negative things going on for it. But I think rewatching it recently, yesterday actually, um, I think for the most part it flows better than the first one, at least in my opinion. Because the first one, like I said in my review, it just goes bam, 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 and this one kind of takes its time a little bit. In the beginning, kind of does that, but it takes its time a little bit more, and kind of delves into some other things. But um, that's the one thing I give it, and like I said, I still like that fight scene because who doesn't like seeing Jedi's kick ass and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know. The whole there's just I think the movie was kind of made obviously to further the story and everything but kind of to show the romance between Anakin Skywalker and Padme. And guys, that romance just does not work. It just doesn't work at all. Like you don't believe it on either. You kind of believe it on Anakin's side, but from her side you don't. And it's kind of like it's it kind of seems like one sided. And at some points it's like gosh, this guy's kind of like a creep. Like really, like you just say that and she's kind of like back off, but all of a sudden she just changes her mind like that. Like really, like this, I don't even know their ages too. Like that's the thing. Like she looks a little bit older from what she did in the first film, or I guess it's made to look like that or whatever. Or I guess since time passed, everybody else got older, whatever, and especially Anakin Skywalker, he was a little boy, and now he's like, I don't know if is he on his teens or early 20s or whatever. But yeah, it's just that romance just does not work for me, and I think it sucks because I feel like that was one of the main, you know, I guess goals of this movie to kind of set up that romance. So in the third one, it can set up a little bit more, and eventually what happens. It kind of give them another motivation to turn to the dark side eventually. One thing I did like though, the one scene it was when he keeps having these nightmares about his mom, and eventually he goes over there and he finds his other family and stuff like that, and Uncle Owen, and he goes for his mom, and obviously that whole little scene I thought was really well done, and kind of it was really well done in the sense of like, okay, you understand that this guy went through a lot, and he lost his mother in a tragic way, and his anger and all that stuff, like, and he kills all those people, and but just the next scene, man, it's just the acting, the acting, even some of the dialogue, that's some of my negatives. Obviously the acting, I could say got a little bit better. Ewan McGregor is he's been great. That's something unfortunately I didn't mention in my first review. I liked Ewan McGregor. But in this one, he's you get to more of Obi-Wan, and it's pretty cool too. The little side mission he goes on, and I don't know, the effects, the same thing. It's you kind of disappointed with it. They're a bit better, but again, it's kind of like, man, I would really like to see some real sets, you know. But obviously green screen and all that stuff. George Lucas went overboard. But what else? I like the last fight scene between Count Dooku and Yoda. The other fight scene between specifically can't talk right now. Anakin and Count Dooku is kind of weird. Like I've never noticed this before. I think one of my cousins pointed out to me that it's just literally them standing there, and it's not even together. It's like different shots, and you just see like lights, boom, 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 boom. And it's like, really, you can't like show us them fight. Like you just showed us Obi-Wan and Count fighting too, but I don't know. And it's still, those little fights are just like short or whatever. But I don't know. What else do I like from it? I think that's it. All I had to say about what I like. I like the whole Jango Fett thing, and Obi-Wan, that whole little fight scene, and when they go to the asteroid belt, whatever. That's pretty cool, I guess. It's cool to see that whole little, I guess, I was going to say dynamic, but I like that little scene. But other than that, guys, for me, now seeing it, it isn't as bad as everybody's, saying it is. It's like the word. I still think it's like my least favorite Star Wars film, but it got a little bit better. And I do feel like it flows better than the first one. And that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know what else to say about Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. If I had to rate it, I think I would give it probably a 6. A 6 out of 10, guys. And like I said, it's still, for me, a part of, Star Wars and stuff like that. It's part of Anakin's story, and that's what I said too on one of my other videos. That I feel like Star Wars is Anakin's story, and unfortunately, the first part of his story wasn't really well done as it could have been. But good news that the third one is actually really good, in my opinion. So a little sneak peek to my review on that. But stay tuned. Tomorrow, actually, is going to be releasing my Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith review. So stay tuned for that. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones? Is it your least favorite? Is it your favorite? Some people might consider this their favorite. But other than that, guys, you guys know what to do. Follow me. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention in my other video, now that I remember for some reason. If you guys want to follow me outside of YouTube, you guys can on Instagram and Twitter at The Real Talk with 2 Ks. And as always, I'll see you at the movies. Later, guys.